Welcome to another Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe unboxing video. I'm Jim, and we have something like a dozen boxes to open. I wasn't expecting them all to arrive. We did also receive a partial shipment of one of the shipments, so I'm not really sure which box, what's going to be in that box, but I don't know, we'll find out. Also, there's a whole bunch of boxes that are open because I had to get something out into the mail today, and I wasn't sure what box it was in, and then it took me 6 boxes to find out which one it is. So a bunch of these are already open, including this one. And let's just get right to it. First thing you might notice here is there's this weird thing. What's this? Ashes Reborn? Yes, finally. We've been waiting, years, but I mean, like, since we pre-ordered it, like 5 or 6 months or something like that. And it was supposed to come out in January, and then it didn't. That's just the way things goes. This is just a pack, just a pack. But this is an expansion deck. This is the Ghost Guardian expansion deck. There will be lots of this Ashes stuff coming in those other boxes that are open. That wasn't what I had to ship out today. I mean, I could have shipped some out today, but there was this other specific thing that I was looking for. So I will talk more about this when I get to the other Ashes stuff, but let's get back to this in a minute. Next, Robin Hood versus Bigfoot. This is a 2-player set for Unmatched. You can play this independently of all the other sets. You don't have to buy the base. There is no real base game. There's just like different sets. Some of them come with enough characters and maps that you can play it separately, and then there's a couple little ones where you can't. But this one, of course, has Robin Hood and Bigfoot, and you can fight them against each other. And you can also mix and match with all the other Unmatched sets, and there's a whole bunch, and we have all of them, and we like to keep them all in stock because they're all awesome and just getting more and more and more and more popular, which makes me happy. Okay, so here is a copy of For Sale. This is a very, very, very good auction game. Oh, is it good. This plays 3 to 6 players, and it is super easy to learn and play. Super easy to learn and play. It is so fun. You are first, everybody starts with, like, I don't know, something like 14 bucks. And you're gonna take turns auctioning off these cards, and these cards have values on them. The higher value ones are better, of course. And so how much are you gonna bid? And then depending on how much you bid, you get better cards. You're then gonna have a hand of these cards at the end once all of these cards have been auctioned off. And then you're going to be selling these cards for money. And I won't tell you all the rules. Basically, you're gonna have a better chance of getting higher value if you have like more money, selling for more money if you have the higher value properties. So it's basically this auction game trying to get your hand on the best set of properties you can get so that you can make the most money at the end of the game by selling them off. It is so fun, and this is a game that you will play like 2, 3, 4 times in a row before you move on to something else, because it's just that good. This is For Sale. We love it. Next up, I think we have more copies of this coming later, but for now this is as many as we have, just the 2. Tacocat spelled backwards. This is from the Exploding Kittens folks, and it is a game for exactly 2 players, ages 7 and up. Takes 15 minutes. It says it is a game of clever card matchups in a box that is also the board with a cat who is also a taco. This is not a spelling game, but try spelling my name backwards. Tacocat, spelled backwards. That's the game. And so one more game from the Exploding Kittens folks. They have so many coming out. Good for them, and they're a lot of fun. So there you go. 2-player game, which are of course very popular these days. Tacocat spelled backwards. Okay, so here's another Ashes Reborn thing. We still haven't gotten to the base set, so we'll get to that next. I know which box it's in because I had to open them. This is the Song of Soaksend Deluxe expansion pack. So this comes with 1 Phoenixborn, so 1 deck, which has a whole bunch of cards, but also has 10 special custom dice. And it comes with a deck box, which is very, very cool. We had these up for pre-order, and we sold some of these already at pre-order, so some of these are already going to be spoken for. Next up, we have the Law of Lions Deluxe expansion. Also comes with one Phoenixborn, so one deck, a deck box, 10 dice, and of course the deck of cards. Very beautiful art in this game. It is an amazing battle game. Now we have, oh wait. Oh yeah, there's just the two in this box. So there's the Song of Soaksend and the Law of Lions. So there we go. We have 3 of each right now, and more coming. Okay, here's the next box, which was already opened. This one has the core set. Ashes Reborn. This is Ashes 1.5. This was a game made by Isaac Vega several years ago. It was not all that successful when it first came out. They kind of messed up the distribution of the game. There was a whole bunch of decks made and planned, and then the game came out and people were loving it. And they were like, where are the decks? Come out with more characters. We know you made them. You showed us pictures on Twitter, like, what's going on? And then Plaid Hat just sort of, I don't know what happened, but they didn't release them. And by the time they released them, everybody had moved on to other stuff. They were like fed up with Plaid Hat not doing stuff right. But this time they have decided, okay, we're sorry. We're gonna fix some issues we found in the game. We're gonna make it even better. We're gonna make some new stuff. We're gonna re-release it, and we're gonna support it properly this time, they promise. Now, the first red flag is that it came out 3 months late, but that's excusable because it's like the 16th month of 2020 or whatever, you know, it's like everything's crazy. You can't expect perfection on anything right now. But what's super cool is that they kind of did the opposite of last time, whereas last time they didn't release anything. This time they're re-releasing like almost everything right now. There's like a couple new expansions coming out later this year, but everything else, like they've re-released everything right now, and it's all in our boxes, and I'm gonna show it to you. Here's the set. So the cool thing about this is that all the different types of like beasts and stuff you play, they all have different actions where you have to spend dice to like activate them. So at the beginning of the round, you're gonna roll, you're gonna collect the right set of dice for the cards that you have, you're gonna roll them, and then you're gonna take turns like applying effects from your cards, most of which require dice to be powered, not all do if I remember correctly. It's been a couple years since I've played this. But yeah, super fun. You're trying to defeat the opponent, and all of their monsters are protecting the opponent, so you gotta defeat them. It's an amazing, amazing game, and it's not even just a 2-player game. It plays 2 to 4 players. I personally have played it at 2 and 3. I don't think I played it at 4, but both were really fun. It's kind of neat how a game like this can actually be played at more than 2 players, and it's just, honestly, it's one of my favorite card games ever. My favorite would probably be Netrunner, which is no longer being made due to silly IP reasons only. And then this would probably be really close there with KeyForge, which I really also love. But I just love this game to bits. I'm so excited to finally see it, and I cannot wait to get a chance to play it with other people who enjoy playing it. There's somebody in town who pre-ordered one of these, and I'm looking forward to playing some Ashes with him as soon as we are able to, which hopefully won't be too long. So there we go, Ashes Reborn. There are the core sets. We have lots more packs, but there's still some more stuff in this box. There is a copy of Cobble Fog. This is another one of those Unmatched sets. This one has 4 characters. It has Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde, Dracula, and Sherlock Holmes. And it has the maps to play on. So this is a standalone set that can be combined with any of the other ones. This has probably been the most popular set for the last few months, at least, really maybe since it came out, even though there's been some subsequent releases like Little Red Riding Hood versus Beowulf. But this has been amazing, and I think it's just because, you know, it's got lots of characters in it, great big map. You can play it with, you know, of course, with all the other characters, so it's a great value. And these are not very expensive. Yeah, $39.95 for this, which is an amazing price for something such high quality. Restoration Games and Mondo Games, they deserve a huge round of applause for what they're doing with this, and look forward to all the future releases for this this new franchise. There will be a lot. Another box that's already opened, but there it is. There's what I'm talking about. Remember I said they re-released everything. I'm not kidding. So here we have 2 more Ghost Guardians. That was the one that we opened previously in that first box. So there they are. 3 of those. Hopefully they're all collated here for me. Oh, they are. I did it right. Here we go. King of Titans. Another deck. Another Phoenixborn, I should say. The Grave King. The Boy Among Wolves. Very cool to see this one. The Spirits of Memoria. The Demons of Darmas. Thank you, Isaac Vega. The Duchess of Deception. And thank you, Plaid Hat. Honestly, I mean, bravo for not giving up on this, even though, you know, it's been a while. The Masters of Gravity. So these decks, they don't need, they can just use the standard dice that come in the base set. So that's why they aren't in the big boxes like the other 2 that we showed earlier that came in. They were called Deluxe expansions. These are just like regular expansion decks, and they just reuse the dice you already have in the standalone game. So this is the Goddess of Ishra. The Roaring Rose, there it is, expansion deck. And the Frostdale Giants. Now, the thing about this is not like Magic or other collectible card games where you buy like booster packs and they have different cards. Every pack of the Children of Black Cloud and any other of these decks is the same. It's fixed. They don't have the rights to use the term living card game, but it's effectively the same concept as like, well, all those other games like Netrunner and Star Wars card game and Game of Thrones card game, living card game, and KeyForge, and all of those other games where fixed decks instead of randomized decks. And that's what I personally am the biggest fan of, because everybody's on the same even playing field. When they have decks, you know what everybody's got, and it's very fair. So this is the Children of Black Cloud. Last but not least, the Protector of Argaia. Very neat. Okay, so that there might be some more decks in some of the other boxes, but that is a heck of a lot of decks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the 2 deluxe expansions, plus how many comes in here? 6 more. I mean, yeah, crazy. There's so many decks to pick from, and it's so cool that they just re-released everything with updated rules and updated art. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. All right, another open box. This one has Hadrian's Wall, which is a new game from Renegade Game Studios and Garphill Games. Yeah, I have not played this yet, as it's, of course, brand new. But all of these games from Garphill Games are amazing, and it's getting amazing reviews as well. It's a very heavy box. This is one thing I appreciate about this series of games, is they could make much bigger boxes that are just full of air, but they don't. They pack it all in, and I wish that more game publishers would do this, even though for me as a retailer, it's kind of helpful to have a big box. It looks like there's more value. It looks like there's more to it. It's easier and cooler to see on the shelf. But I appreciate packaging like this because it's better for the environment, and it also means I can fit more on my shelf. So as a gamer, I like that too. So this is Hadrian's Wall. This is 1 to 6 player game, ages 12 and up, and definitely you should check out Board Game Geek and YouTube for all the latest about this one. All right, another open box, and here we have some more new games. Unfortunately, games that I don't know a ton about, but I did pre-order them ages and ages ago, and now they're finally coming out, so that makes me excited. This is Tentacle Town, and this is designed by Aaron Dill and John Kowalski. Am I saying that right? Kowalski? Maybe I didn't butcher that. 2 to 4 player game. This plays in 60 minutes. It says here, meanwhile, on a distant shore, a group of intrepid adventurers arrive, hoping to found a new settlement. But the waters are inhabited by an ancient evil intent on destroying your new town. Will you survive? Will you find fame, fortune, and calamari? Can you become the first mayor of Tentacle Town? So, back in the day when I ordered this, and it does feel like that long ago, I was super excited about this one and pre-ordered some. Right now we just have the 1 copy. We will have more coming later. Yep, but here it is, and if you're interested in Tentacle Town, here it is. So it'll be available on meeples.ca and in. Next up, 1 copy of Aquatica Cold Waters. This is the expansion for Aquatica that adds a 5th player and adds some other new things. Aquatica is a game that is slowly getting a bit more attention from people, and hopefully this expansion will help even more with that. So there we go, Aquatica Cold Waters. And another new one, this one is by WizKids, a Finagle and Finesse game by Kevin Uday. Redcap Ruckus, I love the name, I love the art. This is a really neat dexterity game. And as you can see, you're trying to knock your opponents off of the little the table there. There is another game that was on Kickstarter that had a similar theme. I can't remember what it was called, but this one looks to have beat it out to the market. It looks like a lot of fun, and yeah, here we are. It also includes a solo play mode. I'm not sure how that'll work, but yeah, there we go, Redcap Ruckus. Next up, we have Star Trek Attack Wing. This is the Federation versus Klingon starter set, and you can see this is a 2+ player game. This is a miniatures tactical battle game. It is similar to Star Wars X-Wing. I think they both are based on the same mechanics, which was like a World War I biplane game, and there's some other games that like the D&D one. There's a D&D game that's like based on Attack Wing and all of that as well. So yeah, this is the new. Actually, I don't know if this is new. Maybe this is a reprint. I can't remember. But this is the Federation versus Klingon starter set. I have not played Star Trek Attack Wing, but I have played Star Wars X-Wing, and it is great. And I know there are people that are super keen on Star Trek Attack Wing, so there you go. We have that in stock now too. And next up, we have Wreck Raiders. We have 2 of these in stock right now, more coming later. This is a very pretty looking new game by KTBG, which is, I believe, Kid Table Board Game, something like that. Kids Table Board Gaming. And this is a company in Toronto, so that's cool, Canadian company. This is a game for 1 to 5 players, and the art looks awesome, and it had been getting very good reviews and ratings on Board Game Geek, and it looks like a sure winner. One that I will be very tempted to open myself to give a go. This is one of the ones I'm most excited about, the recent games that are coming in. And yeah, some of these are already pre-sold. We had these up for pre-order on our website, and yeah, we will have more coming in soon as well. That's Wreck Raiders. Oh, look at this, more packs of cards. So now we have two brand new Arkham horror packs, because one of the things, like I said, about the imperfection of things in the world right now is that normally these would come out like a month apart or something, but instead pack 5 and 6 are coming out at the same time because Pack 5 got delayed. So the Innsmouth Conspiracy is now complete. The six Mythos packs in the Innsmouth Conspiracy cycle. We are very happy to have them, and some of these are for our standing order customers, and the rest will go on the shelf and on our website. Now, Arkham Horror is a cooperative living card game, and it is one of my favorite games of the last couple of years, and I'm so glad it's still being made because it's so awesome. Yeah, this game, the base set, which we don't currently have in stock, but we're hoping to get more soon of, is for 1 to 2 players. But if you have 2 copies of the base set, you can play 3 or 4 players. I've been playing, or was playing, I was playing a 4-player campaign of this with friends of ours, but ever since the pandemic started, we haven't played, which is very distressing. But this is something for us to look forward to once we can get playing again. Next up, we have 1 copy of Pusheen the Cat, Perfect Pick card game. And I am not a person who knows what Pusheen is, except that I've seen Pusheen on the internet all the time. And it's a thing. And Xavier's giving me a funny look because he's like, you should know what Pusheen is. And I should know what Pusheen is, but I don't. And I did look for news about this back when I ordered this, and I couldn't find any. So what I do know is that this is a 2 to 5 player game. It says, gather friends and other essentials from Pusheen's house to bake, lounge, snack, and create meowgical moments. Be the first to collect 10 stars as you take snapshots of your fun to win. Yeah. So, and it also includes a Pusheen figure, which is very cool. And so if you want to play this perfect pick card game, then you should run down here real quick because we only got 1 right now. That is it. Pusheen. More special orders. First up, one of these is special ordered. This is Boomerang Europe. Yeah, it says, let's take a trip with Boomerang Europe. Pick and pass the cards, then mark on your map where you've been and what you've seen. How much of Europe can you visit? So we've had in the past Boomerang, I think USA or Australia. I can't remember which of the 2. And there's, well, both of those also exist. I think we have 1 left still. Yes, it is actually. Here it is. Boomerang USA. These are $24.95, and now we have Europe as well, and one of these is going to a customer who requested it, so we're excited to have that in for them. Next up, we have a restock of Decrypto. It's been a while since we've had this 3 to 8 player party game where you are trying to decode words. You are trying to transmit secret codes to your teammates without letting the opposing team intercept them. Lots of fun. I have seen people play this so many times and just absolutely love it at the old Penticton meetup at Cowork, and I look forward to seeing people play it again and enjoying it once people are able to come back and play games here. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, oh yeah. Okay, so first up, we have a restock of Disney Villainous. We were running very low on that. We might have been down to our last copy, in fact. This is a very, very fun family game in which you get to be Disney villains instead of Disney protagonists. And yeah, the worst takes it all, as it says on the box. This game, I think it plays 4 players. And is designed by 2 to 6, sorry, and it is designed by Prospero Hall, which is an amazing design group. They've been making a ton of games for Ravensburger, and this is yet another one. There we go, Disney Villainous. Got a few of those, and then we also have more awesome Arkham Horror packs. These are not from the most recent campaign, but older campaigns that are finally getting restocked. So we have Black Star's Rise. This is pack 5 of the Path to Carcosa campaign. And we have pack 1 of the Dream Eaters campaign, The Search for Catan. And we have a Phantom of Truth, pack 3, Path to Carcosa. Carcosa number 2, The Unspeakable Oath. I've played through the Path to Carcosa and it was so good. Search for Catan. This is again Dream Eaters. I have not played the Dream Eaters yet. We're currently playing the Forgotten Age. We're kind of stuck in the Forgotten Age. Path to Carcosa, pack 3 again. A whole bunch here. We got the Lair of Dagon. Oh, this is the new one. More copies of pack 5 of the Innsmouth Conspiracy. Please go over here with the other ones we opened earlier. The Phantom of Truth, Black Star's Rise. More of those. Echoes of the Past. Pack 1 of the Path to Carcosa. Yay. And more of the new pack, the Lair of Dagon, number 5. So very, very cool. We love Arkham Horror, and so do a lot of people. As we keep bringing in as many as we can because people keep on wanting them and asking for them. And it's unfortunate that we can't just have them all the time, but they get made on a schedule that suits Fantasy Flight's fancies and not ours. We would love to have every pack in stock from every cycle, but we just can't. They're not all available. And that's unfortunately just how it is, and we have to live with that and hope that they keep reprinting these. And so if you are interested in getting into this game, I would recommend getting the Dunwich Legacy cycle packs. We have a whole bunch of those right now. I think we have 5 of the 6 of those right now. And also the Path to Carcosa, which we've just been talking about. We have a ton of those. Those are the first 2 cycles. And we also have a ton of them from the Forgotten Age, and more now from Dream Eaters and other campaigns. Definitely want to get these while they last. Who knows how many times they're going to keep reprinting these. I have no idea how that works. So yeah, hopefully they'll keep making them forever, but that's probably not going to happen. Next up, I'm very excited to say we have the new 2-player starter set for KeyForge, Dark Tidings. This is the 5th set of KeyForge. The last one was Mass Mutations. This is Dark Tidings. Now, the unfortunate thing is we have the starter sets, and then in another box somewhere we have some deluxe Archon decks, but we don't have the regular decks right now because we had them ship these to us when these and those deluxe decks had arrived, but the standard decks had not arrived yet at the distributor. And so they're going to be in our next shipment, which is coming hopefully soon. But at least for now, we have 2-player starter sets, which come with 2 decks and tokens. Actually, these are an awesome deal. Like this is by far the best deal. Like getting this, you get 2 decks and paper play mats. And actually, does it still come with paper play mats? Yes, it does. 2 playmats and the rule book and the counters, like the tokens. This is definitely the way to go. But if you already have tokens and stuff from previous sets, you might just want to buy the regular decks. Those are coming. But I recommend the 2-player starter set because it comes with all the stuff. And we have a few of those. So very excited about that. And let's keep going. Oh boy. I just looked on the side of the box. Oh my goodness. There it is. First time we've ever had this here at the store. I wasn't sure this was ever going to get reprinted. Thank goodness it has. We have at least one of these is already spoken for. This is Star Wars Rebellion. Big chunker box game. This is a 2 to 4 player game, but pretty much everybody plays this at 2 players, and it's considered one of the best 2-player games. And this is an amazing hide and go seek type game in the Star Wars universe. So if you are playing the Rebellion, you are trying to no wait, sorry, let me get this right. If you are the Empire, you are trying to hide your, oh wait, I have played this and now my brain is yeah, if you're the Rebellion, you are trying to hide yourselves from the Empire, and they're scouting you out. I really hope I got that right. Oh my God, I have played this, but it's been a long, long time. But the good news is there is in one of these boxes another copy that is a demo copy. That means we're gonna have it in our library, which makes me so happy. This is a big, long game, but it is one that I am very, very happy to have in the cafe library because it is a classic. It's an amazing game. And I don't know if this is ever gonna get reprinted. There's some, I don't know the details, but there's some like questions maybe. I hear rumblings of it on the internet, that there's some questions about Fantasy Flight and Star Wars and whether they're gonna continue to make Star Wars games or what. Like, I have no idea. I mean, this could be complete BS that I'm spreading right now. I don't know. I'm just saying what I've read. There's like uncertainty. At least I haven't heard anybody refute these things, or I haven't heard any definitive news. And maybe that's out there and I just haven't heard it yet. But yeah, I know there was a lot of people thinking that this and also Imperial Assault, which we have a copy of, would maybe never get reprinted, but we have a copy of Imperial Assault, which is an amazing tactical campaign game, miniatures campaign game from Fantasy Flight, and we also now have Rebellion, and I am super stoked about this. Love it. Yay. Hurrah. Ooh. Look at that. Even more amazing stuff. Okay. Let's get right to it. There's lots to unpack in this box. First of all, we have even more Arkham Horror. The Unspeakable Oath. We have The Search for Kadath again. We have 1,000 Shapes of Horror. I don't think I showed you that yet in this video. More of that. This is Pack 2 of the Dream Eaters. Echoes of the Past. We talked about that one. The Pallid Mask from the Path to Carcosa. And Point of No Return. This might be a new one for us from the Dream Eaters. I'm not sure if we've had this one before. And another one, Point of No Return. The Unspeakable Oath from the Path to Carcosa. And Echoes of the Past from the Path to Carcosa. This is the first one. And Dream Eaters campaign. Sorry, Dream Eaters Pack 2, 1,000 Shapes of Horror again. Another Pallid Mask. And another Pallid Mask. Okay, so tons more Arkham. Amazing. We are trying to stock up on this because, like I said, you don't know how long it's going to be before it gets reprinted again. And it sucks when we're out of these because people like to buy lots of them at the same time. They want to buy a whole cycle usually. And cycle being like the one scenario packs 1 to 6 in a specific campaign. And that's what we'd like to be able to offer. Okay, before we move on to the other new things in this box, let's talk about Star Wars Rebellion Rise of the Empire. This is the expansion for Star Wars Rebellion. The one and only expansion. I'd be surprised if there was another. At least one of these is already spoken for to go along with the base game that they were waiting for ever, literally forever. But we have more. So if you would like a copy of Star Wars Rebellion Rise of the Empire, you know where to find it, meeples.ca and here in Penticton on Westminster Avenue. So there is more of this down here underneath these KeyForge Deluxe decks, but I'll show you. We have a few of these. This is Umbra Via. This is the newest game from Pandasaurus, and I'm going to show you the back of a box. Well, I show myself the back of a box. 2 to 4 player game, 30 to 45 minutes, ages 8+. You are building a path on that board there, and then you're placing these little star things. I can't remember what they're called. Are they flowers? I'm guessing they're flowers. I watched a video about this, but it was like months ago. This game was supposed to be out a while ago, and then it got pushed back due to shipping issues and port issues. I don't know if you've heard, but the ports are very, very backed up these days due to lack of workers. There's a huge backlog of container ships. It's not just about the Suez Canal. This was already a problem before that happened. It's just going to exacerbate the problem. But Umbra Via finally is out. This is a game by Connor Wake. It looks very, very cool. You have a screen to hide some information, which I know will make some of my friends very happy because they love those kind of games with hidden information. Come check it out. If this was not a time when we were restricted in our business and we would say, we're gonna put one in the library right away because we want you to play it, but we can't have you come and play it here. So instead, we're not gonna put one in the library right away. We'll put one in later when we can. But anyway, this is a very, very cool new game, one you'll want to check out. Umbra Via, and at least 1 or 2 of these has already been pre-ordered, and we'll have more coming later as well. That's Umbra Via. And remember I told you there was a demo, and here it is. This is the demo copy, which they've already opened for me to be nice. So you can see this amazing game by Corey Knitska, probably saying that terribly wrong, is chock full of stuff. There is some cards and all of these amazing miniatures and ships and AT-ATs. There is all the Star Wars goodness in here, and bases, like standee bases and everything, and then fancy custom dice. And yeah, then when you unbox all this, you put it all away properly. That box is going to be stuffed. Also, once you have punched all of this cardboard and bagged it all, here's the player mats. That's for the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Empire. This is such a great game. I've only played it once, and I cannot wait to get a chance to play it again someday. And now we have a copy in the cafe library. And like I said, with Umbra Via, I didn't bother because it's a brand new game. It's going to keep getting printed for a while. But I wasn't sure when I was ever going to be able to get this again. So I was like, okay, it's now or never. If I'm going to put it in the library, now's the time. So there we go. Very excited about that. Let's keep going. We have a restock of Red 7, which is a very, very fun game for 2 to 4 players. This game has 49 cards in it. There are cards from number 1 to 7 of each of these 7 colors. And each of the colors also on the side of the card lists some rule, like high card, or most even cards, or most cards of one color, or most cards in a row, stuff like that. And you have a hand of cards, and you're trying to be the last one standing each round. And the start of each round starts with the rule, highest card wins. So if it's your go, you have to play a card that will be the highest card among all the cards at the table. The cards, higher numbers are higher, but also there's a ranking of the colors. So red is the highest, which is why the game is called Red 7, because the Red 7 is the highest card. Orange, yellow, I think it's green, blue, or is it blue, green? No, green, blue, indigo, violet. Anyway, that's the Regibiv, isn't it? That's the color, or yeah, Regibiv. That's the color order. And so every turn, you then have to be able to play a card that is higher than the last player's card, or you lose. Unless you can play instead one of your cards into the center of the table on the rule pile and change the rule. Now, if your tableau of cards that you've already played is the best among everybody's with the new rule, then you're done. But if not, then you can also play another card from your hand to your tableau. And now you have to be in the lead. You have to have the best set of cards in front of you compared to everybody else with whatever the rule is in the middle at that point. And if you can't accomplish that, you are out. And then you watch everybody else finish the round, and then and the rounds go quite quickly. They take like 5 minutes or less. They don't take long. At the end of the round, you're going to get points for all of the cards that you had that won for you. So if the last rule in the round was like most even cards, then all of the cards you played that are even are going to count as points for you, and the face value of the cards are the number of points. And depending on how many players you're playing, you play to a certain point threshold, and then whoever crosses that threshold first wins. It's an amazing game, super easy to learn, but quite tricky to play well. This is a game that's like one of those awesome filler games that you can just pull out while you're waiting for people to show up. Play some, maybe people show up, oh, whatever, just put it away. It takes a second, put all the cards back in the box, you're done. It's awesome. We've been playing this for years, and we're happy to have it back in stock. Next up, here are those deluxe decks that I was telling you about for KeyForge Dark Tidings. This is a deck and all of the tokens. So instead of buying the 2-player starter set that has 2 decks and all the tokens and the playmats, you can just buy this if you want. And yeah, the neat thing about KeyForge, I haven't mentioned that during this video, is every deck in KeyForge that has ever been made and ever will be made is completely unique. Every deck is procedurally generated by an algorithm that's on Fantasy Flight created and that they continue to tune. And even more, every deck has a custom name that is printed onto the back and front of the card. So the back and the front of every card is unique because every deck is given this random name, randomly generated name that goes along with the deck, and the art on the back of the cards is procedurally generated and totally unique. It's amazing technology that is allowing them to make this and mass produce this game, and it is an amazing game as well. This is made by, produced by Fantasy Flight, but designed by Richard Garfield, who is famous for Magic the Gathering. So this is a game that he wanted to make for like 20-something years, but the technology didn't exist for him to be able to do it at a mass scale. And a few years back, he went to Fantasy Flight and started talking, actually quite a few years now, started talking with them, took a couple years, finally came out a few years ago. They're on their 5th set now, and this is a game that I think has really had its progress hindered by the pandemic, and I'm really hoping that it will rebound and be strong when the pandemic is over. We do plan on running KeyForge tournaments here once the pandemic is over and once we're allowed to have random people gathering and playing with each other. That is something that I look forward to greatly because I love playing KeyForge, and I know a lot of people in town that do as well. And they will be excited about this new Dark Tidings release. So there we go, and we will be getting more as well. And of course, the standard decks will be coming in our next shipment. Next up, we have a restock of Unstable Unicorns, a game that I still have not played. And I know I say that every time, but you know, it's been the pandemic ever since we've been open. So it's not like I've had a ton of opportunity to play a ton of different games with people. Just like you, it is a tough time to be a board gamer. But fear not, if you have people to play Unstable Unicorns with, or if you want to get it, so that once you have people to play with, you have it ready and waiting, then here it is. We have some more. And also we should have, maybe, I don't know if it's in this shipment or the next shipment, the NSFW version as well of Unstable Unicorns. Very cool. All right, next up, we have a restock of Dorado, which is an amazing deck building race game. And so in this game, which was a nominee for Spiel des Jahres in 2017, you are trying to get from the beginning all the way to the end with your little dude, and you have a hand of cards that you are playing, and you can also use the money that the points and money that you earn to buy more cards from the marketplace while you're playing. And you use those cards in order to power your turns and to get you farther and farther and hopefully to the end before your opponents get there, because whoever gets there first wins. And this is a quite shockingly amazing game. Simple premise, but boy is it fun. And the neat thing is you can reconfigure the map in all kinds of different ways and play the game in different ways, and is so amazingly replayable. One that it would be very hard to explore every possibility. This is the Quest for Dorado. Finally, in this box, we also have this new Quest for Dorado, the Golden Temples. This is a expansion, the second expansion for the Quest of Dorado, and this is very new. I have not had the chance yet to play this expansion, but I definitely look forward to, because this is one of the games that I miss so much from our meetup nights. We would play this quite a lot, and look forward to playing it again in the future. All right, so this is a partial shipment from Asmodee. First up, we have Shadows Amsterdam. It says here, a crime has been committed. The police investigation is going nowhere. Your detective agency was tasked by a client to investigate, but another agency is on the case as well. In Shadows Amsterdam, compete against a rival team in real-time competition using pictures to communicate with your own team. Follow the leads of your intelligence officer to move from tile to tile through the city. Actually, while I'm reading this, let me show you a copy so you can look at it as well. Bring it down here. There you go. Find 3 pieces of evidence and deliver them to the client before your opponents. The police don't want you on the case, so you'd best stay out of their way. Collect, it says gather intelligence and move and resolve. This is a game by Liblou. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It has a French and English version in here, and it is a 2 to 8 player game. It takes about 30 minutes. It looks like a lot of fun, and I like that this game can be played with a small number of people or a large number of people, because it's a game that can fit all kinds of situations, including our current situation. And I like the art as well, and it sounds like a fun game for sure. So come check it out, Shadows Amsterdam. So here we have a special order. This is a French version of 504 by Friedemann Friese. I used to own 504. It's a very, very cool game. It is a game that has 504 different, it's a box that has 504 different games in the box, because it comes with this book, and it's spiral bound, and it comes with tons and tons of pieces, like 296 pieces, 61 tiles, 160 cards, 421 other things. There's like all this stuff, and every game you pick 3 different mechanics. There's like, I can't remember exactly the numbers. I'd have to think of the math. Oh, here. There's 9 different mechanics, like 9 different rule types, and every game you combine 3 different rules. So there's 9 times 8 times 7 different game combinations that you can play in this box, which makes 504 different game combinations. And I've played quite a few of them, and it was very, very fun. But a friend of mine wanted it. He's a game designer, and he wanted this big box of stuff. He wanted all the bits because he was designing games, and he really wanted all these extra bits to help him with his creative endeavors. And so I traded it for him, and I haven't seen it since. But this is a special order for somebody who wanted a French version. And yeah, very happy to be able to bring this in. If you are interested in French games, just let us know. We have access to a ton of French games from 4 different distributors, and with a growing selection of French games. We just don't normally bring them in, unfortunately. Yeah, if you want one, just let us know and we can get them. So this is 504. Next up, we have a restock of the 5 to 6 player extension for Catan Seafarers. We were out of this, and this is something that we always want to have in stock, and we were out. So there we go, got that back in stock. Next up, we have a restock of a great kids game that we were also out of, and that is Rhino Hero. Somebody recently bought our last 2 copies at the same time, so we were totally out, and that caught us by surprise. And we have more coming, I believe, in our next shipment as well. So this is a really fun stacking game, and you are trying to continually stack it even higher and higher and not have it fall over. You don't want it to fall over on your turn. If it does, you're out. But yeah, this is a game for 2 to 5 players, and lots and lots of fun, not just for kids, but also adults really enjoy this game as well. It's very, very fun. Next up is a game that we've had in a couple of times. This is Catan Starfarers. We have the 5 to 6 player extension for Catan Starfarers in stock, but we didn't have the base game, and people have been asking for it, and so here it is. This is not spoken for per se, but somebody said, hey, if you bring this in, I'll buy it. And so here we brought it in, and it might go quickly, it might not. We'll see how it goes. but do know if you are interested in this, we can always, not always as long as it's in stock, but probably special order it for you quite quickly, like within a week or so. So this is a cool space themed version of Catan, and you can see it comes in a much bigger box than standard Catan. It is a really cool looking game. I have not played it, but I know the people who have love it, and that's why they reproduced it. It came out years and years ago, and they finally reprinted it last year. Or was it early this year? I think it was late last year it came out, and we're excited to be able to keep bringing it in. That's Catan Starfarers. Is our first shipment, a new distributor in Quebec, and they are the source, one of the 4 that I talked about that have a bunch of French games, but they are also the exclusive Canadian distributor for this game, which this is the first time I am physically looking at this, literally now as I took that sheet off. This is Nidavellir. Wow, so cool. We had this up for pre-order on our site, and some of them are already spoken for, but we have a ton. Because I'm so excited to finally have this game. This is in French and English. A new game by Serge Leger, illustrated by Jean-Marie Minguez. Hope I'm saying that right. And it says here, Fafnir woke up. Nidavellir is in great danger. A mission of the highest importance is entrusted to you. Spend cleverly your resources in the kingdom's taverns. This is a very cool new game. It has the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence, which is not given out willy-nilly. This came out, was it early this year or late last year, and took the world by storm. Most of the world had to wait for this reprinting because most of the world just didn't realize what a gem this was when it first came out. And so, actually no, this came out, it says 2019, but I don't, maybe it came out in Europe in 2019, but I don't think it made it over to here till late last year. But yeah, Nidavellir. This is like a family weight game. It looks amazingly fun. I highly recommend that you watch some videos on YouTube and check it out. Come on down and pick up a copy. Even though maybe the art on the front of the box, it might not be your cup of tea. You're like, oh, a fantasy thing or something. This is about dwarves. But I can tell you, this is a ton of fun, and I predict that this is going to be one of those games that people are still playing 5, 10, 15 years from now. It's going to be that popular. I am going to take one of these home with me tonight and tear it open and try to convince people to play it, because I am so excited about Nidavellir. Next up, in our next box, so you see we have a full case of this, we have another full case of this, and then the next box is going to have the expansion that has just come out, literally just come out for Nidavellir, and let's take a look at that now. And this is the last box. So we have equal numbers of Nidavellir and Thingvellir. This is the expansion for Nidavellir. It requires, of course, Nidavellir to play. And this actually makes it go to 5 players, because I think the base game is 4, right? Yeah. Nope, sorry. I don't know why I thought that. I thought the base game was up to 4, but actually the base game is 5. But here is some new heroes and artifacts and things like that for Nidavellir. So we would definitely suggest that you take home the expansion at the same time. Of course, that's up to you, but we have enough for everybody to do so. We are so thrilled to have this. This is a very exciting day and unboxing video for us. And that was that was all of it. So in this video, we unboxed a ton and a half of Ash's Reborn stuff. We have the new KeyForge set. We have, I'm only speculating, maybe the last printing of Star Wars Rebellion. We have our very first shipment of Nidavellir and the first shipment of Thingvellir. Like Umbra Via is an amazingly awesome game. And this is playing like what, third, fourth fiddle in this video, and like, does it deserve to? Like, if this was just coming in a normal video, like this might have been the thing to talk about. But there's so much going on in this video, so much in this unboxing, stuff that we only got some limited quantities of for now, but we'll get more later, like Redcap Ruckus and Aquatica Cold Waters. We got a couple Rec Raiders, and we're getting more. We have the new Shadows Amsterdam, the new Tacocat spelled backwards from our very first box that we opened, I think. Hadrian's Wall. I mean, this has been an amazing experience unboxing all of this fun stuff, and all of those Arkham horror packs. Oh wow, like we're gonna have to figure out what to do with all those now because there's so many. It's awesome. Really excited about it, and we hope you are too. Come check us out at meeples.ca. We have free shipping across Canada for orders of $150 or more in Western Canada, and then slightly higher in farther away places and other places in Canada. And also, of course, you can come down to the store. While even though we're not open for stay and play right now, we are open for selling games and puzzles, role-playing games and dice. And also, we're still serving milkshakes and our awesome baked goods and desserts and our hot and cold drinks. Now, this week we debuted a brand new milkshake. We haven't settled on a final name for it yet, but we didn't want the lack of our cool, snazzy, catchy name to delay the release of this awesome new lemon curd milkshake. Xavier did such an amazing job on the lemon curd. He's made a lot of dishes in the past that have this lemon curd, and I know he's great at it, and I just thought, this needs to go in a milkshake. And we tried it, and it was just incredible. One of our staff tried it and immediately declared it was his new favorite. He's already wanting to experiment with different variations on it, which I find very exciting. I love the creativity. And also my mom just tried it today for the first time, and she said it was sinful. And she just loved it. And I love it too. It's up there in my top favorite flavors of all time that we make. And definitely invite you to come down and give it a try, and let us know what you think. So thanks again for watching these videos. It's a lot of fun for us to make them. And we have a lot of work ahead of us tonight to get all these special orders out to people, let them know that they're in, and I look forward to seeing you here at the cafe. So thanks very much, and hang in there. The best is yet to come, and look forward to having you all here playing games at our tables as soon as possible. Thanks very much. Have a good night.